Most remodelers overspend on ads and they underspend on trust. And that's why their marketing feels expensive instead of profitable. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest questions remodelers are wrestling with as 2026 planning kicks off. How much should you be investing in your brand? And how much should go into direct response? Because here's the truth, both matter. But if you get the ratio wrong, you either burn money or you stall out your growth. So let's unpack the difference, show you where most remodelers go wrong, and then build a simple model that you can use to split your 2026 ad spend with confidence. Hey, I'm Spencer Powell, I'm the CEO over at Builder Funnel, and we help remodelers and builders solve their revenue problem. Let's dive right in. So first, let's define terms. Direct response is the stuff designed to generate a lead right now. So that's Google Ads, Meta lead ads, and book a consultation calls to action. It also includes promotional emails. Brand is everything that builds long-term trust and preference. So that's content, project spotlights, case studies, organic social media, video, and local presence. One is the sprint, the other is the marathon. But the problem, most remodelers either go all in on one side or they ignore one completely. Spray and Pray Steve, he loves direct response. He's pumping $5,000 a month into ads, but he isn't seeing results. Why is that? Because he has no brand trust. People click, but then they bounce. Or worse, they submit a form and then they ghost him. On the flip side, brand-only Beth is producing amazing content, but she's allergic to ads. So she's stuck with a slow, steady trickle of traffic and zero pipeline when she needs to fill slots fast. You need a mix of both, and that mix will depend on your goals and your market. You need direct response to create sales conversations now, but you need brand to lower your future cost per lead and increase your conversion rate across the board. So let's bring this to life with a real example. One of our builder clients was running a seasonal Google Ads campaign, $4,200, focused on decks in Michigan. It was direct response all the way. Focus keywords, tight geography, and clear calls to action. But here's the twist. We paired it with high trust brand content. So that meant a deck pricing guide, project spotlights with before and afters, and transparent landing page with testimonials. What was the result? $41,000 in closed design work from that ad campaign alone, plus 15 additional conversions that we nurtured for the next sales cycle. The ads got the attention, the brand earned the trust. This is where most remodelers lose the thread. They treat brand and direct response like enemies, but they actually fuel each other. When brand is working, your direct response costs go down. When direct response is working, brand becomes easier to promote. Here's the model we recommend as you build your 2026 marketing plan. Direct response is your pipeline right now. So what that looks like is Google Ads, which are intent-based, Meta Ads, which are for lead capture. We can use some seasonal promotions, and then you want to make sure that you have calendar options so people can book right onto your schedule. Now, brand is designed to lower your cost to acquire a customer later. So this looks like project spotlight pages, case studies with visuals and results, and then helpful pricing content by city and service, including video content showing the process and building trust, and then local SEO and AI citation structure. You need both. And when you get the balance right, you start building leverage. So let's get real. What does this mean in dollars? Let's say your total marketing budget for 2026 is $120,000. Here's one breakdown we've used with clients. $60,000 goes towards lead generation. So that's ads, lead magnets, landing pages, and email nurture. That's the direct response. The other $60,000 goes towards brand. So content creation, SEO strategy, video production, project storytelling, and the distribution of that content. But here's the key. The $60,000 in brand isn't fluff. It's really fuel. Because when your content starts ranking in Google and getting quoted in AI tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity, you don't just get leads, you build authority, and authority compounds. Why? Because they had answer-first content, clear city plus service targeting, and brand trust that made the click convert. That's the power of brand plus direct response working together. So, what should you do right now? Here's the game plan. Audit your current split. Are you only running ads or only producing content? And what's the balance of your 2025 spend? Then rebalance for 2026. Consider a 50-50 split. That might be a good spot to start. Use your pipeline urgency to set your ad budget. If you're below capacity, direct response should rise temporarily. Just make sure your site and your content support it. Build one brand asset per month. So that could be a new pricing guide, a city-specific service page, a video case study, something content-based. 12 solid brand assets in 2026. That will pay dividends for years. Then track your cost to acquire a customer and your cost per lead. If they're rising, you probably need more brand support. If they're falling, your brand is pulling its weight. Here's the big takeaway. Direct response fills the calendar. Brand fills the bank account. You need both. One gets you today's project, the other gets you tomorrow's lead at half the cost. So as you map out your 2026 plan, stop thinking either or, think and. Build the system, fund both sides, and watch your growth compound. And we'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.